everyone.
Hello.
Right, so today is the start of volume 2 from Incredibly Average. Well, from his channel, his video about Amber Turtle Damas 2016 testimony. So, this is from what I've observed, it's just a continuation. However, just so a little bit of housekeeping. Yesterday, well, I have a fudged sleeping pattern. That's why there was no video, because I was asleep. Apologies for that. And Incredibly Average's channel will be in the description, as well as the link to his video of this.
Yeah.
If you want to go and have a gander, obviously more than welcome to. And yeah, let's
see what this seagull has to say.
Garbage. Is it? Oh,
Black. Reflect.
She's put something in that. That wasn't that colour before, was it?
Souls of Innocence.
She put something in that drink. That wasn't that colour before. It was like a milky colour.
Yeah. Like I said, Souls of Innocence.
She's definitely put something in that.
This marks the beginning of media number 2 in the video deposition of Amber Depp. The time is approximately 12:25 p.m. and we're back on the record.
Ms. Heard, before we get back to the text we were talking about that you sent to Mr. Depp, I realized that I needed to go over with you a subpoena that was served on you regarding the production of documents. May I do that briefly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Show me?
Yes, I'm going to be marking as Exhibit H, a pleading entitled Respondent's Notice of Deposition of Petitioner Amber Laura Depp and Request for Production of Documents pursuant to Code of Civil Procedure 2025.010 et sec. May I hand this document to you?
Sure.
Thank you. Ms. Heard, I want to draw your attention to page 7 of that document. Have you ever received this document?
No.
Okay. Were you ever made aware of this document?
If they're counsel, don't answer. It's privileged.
Are you going to answer my question?
I just did. No, I did not. I've never seen this.
Okay. Drawing your attention.
That's not the question.
No.
Question was, were you made aware of it?
Yeah.
Not, have you seen it? That was the previous question. Steph, right, so Steph will tell you, well, Steph will agree with me that I hate it. It's one thing, right? So, okay, how to word this without it being a jumbled mess, like I'm already doing. Basically, if you're gonna lie to me, make it fucking convincing. Have no holes in your plot story. Make it make sense from the get-go. Because I'm like a shark in water. If I sniff blood, I'm like a dog with a bone. If I sniff blood or I see that fucking bone, I am, well, I'm not going to say I'm chewing on it. You get what I mean? Like, I will go hard. And I will either make you, and it's very immature. And I admit that it's very immature and it's very rude of me. But I've been lied to so much across like the entirety of my life by multiple different people. So this is like family members, friends, co-workers, even random strangers. I'm not taking it anymore. I don't give a shit. if it comes off as rude. To me, it's rude that you're attempting to bullshit me. That's what I find rude. Because it's either you think I'm stupid enough to believe your bullshit, or you're that much of a distrustful person that you can't tell the truth if it's looking at you in the face. Am I not like that?
Yeah.
So, and I think this is one of the main reasons why it's really pissing me off with Amber. Because she constantly does this double speak. You know, it's as if she's playing hopscotch with words. And it's just like, just fucking answer the fucking question. Stop beating around the bush. Just answer the question. It's not difficult. If you know the answer, you'd know the answer to the question. If you're telling the truth, I mean, this is a deposition for you to divorce your husband. Well, to back up your claims of your DVTRO that you put in.
Yeah.
And if you're telling the truth, I get, with the sheer number of people that she most likely does not know, it would be intimidating. However, in my mind, it would be like, okay, these people don't believe me. I don't have to make them believe me, but I will say what I know is to be true.
Yeah.
The only time that someone will want you to believe them and will get pissed off if you don't is if you're, like, basically, if you're lying.
Yeah.
And they know that you're lying, and essentially none of the shit that she said holds up. None of it. So I think this is what's really pissing me off with her. Aside from the fact that she had traits of 3 people that I just don't like that have been in my life. So my mum, my sister, and my former boss.
Yeah.
And ironically, all 3 of them lie quite regularly. Does that not sound...
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
But that's just how I am, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Am I worse than that, or am I not as bad? I know sometimes, depending on the lie,
Yes, depending on the lie.
sometimes I will let it go, and I just won't mention it, because on the scheme of things, it doesn't matter. But if you then start doubling down on your bullshit, I'm gonna start questioning the living shit out of you, because in my mind, it's like, oh, you really want me to believe you? Okay, well then, answer me this, Batman. Like, it just doesn't... And I know it's immature. And I know it, like, in this scheme of life, it's just an added stress that doesn't matter. But it's like... That to me, is a core part of someone's character. Being able to be honest. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know, I don't know. But absolutely she would have seen this. I mean, wasn't this during the time where she was meant to produce a crap ton of stuff?
Yeah, I think so.
But she also had to produce it for the 2022 defamation case as well, and that took a long time.
Oh yeah, suspiciously long time.
But yeah, anyway, back to this.
Attention to page 7. Ms. Heard, did you provide all writings, documents, and/or communications between you and Raquel Pennington from December 1, 2015 through today?
I didn't
Don't wait.
receive this, so why would I have done that?
Don't give any communications with counsel, and that would include handing them things, talking to them.
Okay, so it should...
Don't answer. If you,
Mr. Harder has an inaccurate understanding of the attorney-client privilege objection. My questions pertaining to your belief or understanding of things does not ask you for communications with your attorneys. I do not care to know what your attorney said to you or communicated to you. I'm asking about your knowledge or understanding. That's all I'm asking about.
that was not the question, though.
Do you understand? what I just said?
It's confusing because you asked one question about what did you
Mr.
hand
Harder,
them.
I'm not asking you whether you understand. I'm asking the witness.
Look, you just gave a speech, Blair, and I can respond to your speech. Your speech is that you're confusing everybody in the room because your question had to do with, did you produce things, and now you're talking about an understanding. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Let's fucking rewind the fucking tape, shall we?
Did you provide all writings, documents, and/or communications between you and Raquel Pennington from December 1, 2015 through today?
I didn't
Don't wait.
receive this, so why would I have done that?
Don't give any communications with counsel, and that would include handing them things, talking to them.
Okay, so it should.
Don't answer. If you,
Mr. Harder has an inaccurate understanding of the attorney-client privilege objection. My questions pertaining to your belief or understanding of things does not ask you for communications with your.
I'm sure she did say it.
Ms. Heard, did you?
Well, she is wrong then. Blair's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because she didn't say, do you have an understanding that you're meant to produce all communications? She didn't. She needed to have said that. So Mr. Hard-on for Amber over here is completely right. However, his overly aggressive bullshit is annoying, and I don't want to believe him.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm wondering if he's doing this, he's going back on, well, you didn't say on her understanding. You said, did she provide?
Mm.
Whereas Blair is talking about, well, do you understand what I'm saying about the client attorney privilege? Maybe.
Knowledge or understanding. That's all I'm asking about.
that was not the question, though.
Do you understand what I just said?
It's confusing because you asked one question about what did you
Mr.
hand
Harder,
them.
I'm not asking you whether you understand. I'm asking the witness.
Look, you just gave a speech, Blair, and I can respond to your speech. Your speech is that you're confusing everybody in the room because your question had to do with, did you produce things, and now you're talking about an understanding. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Okay.
No one asked for your fucking opinion. You're dead inside a pitch. Also, she has this look is actually scaring me a little bit. It's like a death glare. Like, how dare you as a woman stand against me?
Yeah.
Didn't she have this look on her face with Camille as well?
Yeah, she did.
It's like I know what it reminds me of. William Afton from FNAF. You know when he's in the bunny suit?
Yeah.
He does the hill. If you don't know if Five Nights at Freddy's, it's a whole thing, massive lore. But William Afton, who's the big bad villain. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. But when he's in the bunny suit, he does a head tilt, and he's creepy. And it just reminds me of...
Yeah, now we mention it. Yeah, I can
just
see
stick
that.
some bunny ears on her head, and she's, some could say she'd play an excellent Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Dies early. No
Yeah.
problem.
Ms. Heard, prior to sitting here today, did you ever provide to any other person writings, documents, or communications between you and Raquel Pennington from December 1, 2015 through today?
If your delivery of materials was to counsel, it's privileged, you can't answer.
Again, for the record, that is a misunderstanding of the law, Ms. Heard.
That's your
And
position.
I'm asking you if, prior to today, you ever provided to any other person writings, documents, or communications between you and Raquel Pennington?
And don't answer, because we have a difference of opinion as to what the law is. I don't know that anyone's briefed this issue or it's been heard by any court in this case. So I have to respect my position and you respect your position, because the way it works with privilege is that if you divulge privilege, it can be a waiver and we have to protect against that. So if the question is asking for any communications that you had with counsel, which would include handing documents or delivery of documents, I believe that to be privileged, and I instruct you not to answer unless and until there's a court order that says I'm wrong.
Hang on, though. She could say, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Who did you hand it to? My counsel. That's not wavering. Is it?
He says any handling of documentations or things. Basically what he says is that she can't answer it.
Well, then she can't answer any questions.
Nope, that's according to him.
Well, let's look at it this way, right? Amber said in 2022, the defamation case, that there was a mountain of evidence that was ignored. Does that include stuff that she sent, that she gave to her attorney? Like in this case?
I don't know.
So basically, this is how much of an arsehole I would be with this jabroni over here, Plebby McPlebison, on the side here. If that's the case, I would only show text messages of her being abusive, voice recordings with nothing with Johnny in it, nothing with him saying anything that's abusive.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because, well, she can't say if there's anything else, because then she's wavering the client. It will be, basically, I would either, knowing Amber, as little as I do, thank fuck, but as much as I do, Jesus Christ, she would not be able to help herself, that she would say there's more to that recording. So then that would leave me to go, well, this is all we have.
Yeah.
Where is the other side of this recording? She can't answer it if Plebby McPlebison is interjecting.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't answer it, it looks bad on her, and she knows that. So this is the problem with Amber. She thinks she's better than everyone else. She thinks she's better than a lawyer. I mean, granted, she was slightly better than Elaine, but I think because Elaine was working for Amber, so... But Amber would most likely bite and say, I gave it to my attorney. So then, that for me, if we're going by Plebby McPlebison's understanding of the client-attorney privilege, Amber would have just waived that privilege. So then I would go into every single fucking question I ever had about everything that got denied by Plebby McPlebison and make her answer it.
Yeah.
And if he interjected, I'll be like, well, knobhead, your client just waived that client-attorney privilege. So, Miss Heard, answer the question.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. I would force her to, and it sounds scummy, and I know it does, but she's a scummy person, and she only works in scummy situations. You have to be scummy to be a scummy person. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Only show text messages.
Yeah.
We'll just show, and if she questions it, go, well, this is all we have.
Yeah.
Just all of that. All of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if he wants to play that game, cool. I can play it better. I can play it as well, and I'll play it better. Don't fuck with that. Like, nah. But then again, I don't think Johnny would have hired such a scummy lawyer.
No.
And this is why I'm not a lawyer. That's just my personal opinion. But anyway.
Prior to today, Miss Heard, did you provide any other person with writings, documents, and/or communications between you and Elizabeth Mars from December 1, 2015 through today's date pertaining or relating to the incidents of December 2015, April 21, 2016, or May 21, 2016.
If it's a interaction with counsel, then it's privileged and I instruct you not to answer.
Prior to today's date, or prior to you sitting here, did you provide any of the documents I referred to from Raquel Pennington today in the production you made?
I'm going to instruct you that if what she's asking is an understanding that you have from communicating with counsel, I instruct you not to answer. Whatever documents were produced were produced.
Did you produce any documents today, Ms. Heard?
We produced documents. We have it on the record. We have it on the record.
Ms.
You were
Heard?
looking at them. Laura even said there were 2 inches of documents that she just received from Ms. Heard's counsel.
And all she's asking is if they're responsive to the document production request.
That's
Is it
not
your-
the question.
Is it your position that any documents that are produced under deposition notice are privileged documents and therefore they shouldn't be produced? Just make sure that it's clear,
We
because
just
when
wanna
we
be
make
clear,
our
Mr.
motion in
Harder.
limine, I want to make sure that you're the one that's taking that position.
I don't know what you're
Because they
talking
won't
about.
be presented at trial, we're going to exclude them all. Because obviously you're objecting under the attorney-client privilege. I love it. Just tell us. Keep going, Blair.
Hang on.
Oh.
I think that was Laura Weisler.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a little bit of an understanding as to why Amber hates her.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't really looking at Amber's face during this. Let me just. She's not. I don't even know where Laura's sitting in this because I don't know if she's looking at her or not.
Mm.
So this
from
is Blair.
Raquel Pennington today in the production you made.
I'm going to instruct you that if what she's asking is an understanding that you have from communicating with counsel, I instruct you not to answer. Whatever documents were produced were produced.
Did you produce any documents today, Ms. Heard?
We produced documents. We have it on the record. We have it on the record.
Ms.
You were
Heard?
looking at them. Laura even said there were 2 inches of documents that she just received from Ms. Heard's counsel.
And all she's asking is if they're responsive to the document production request.
That's
Is it
not
your-
the question.
Is it your position that any documents that are produced under deposition notice are privileged documents and therefore they shouldn't be produced? Just make sure that it's clear,
We
because
just
when
wanna
we
be
make
clear,
our
Mr.
motion in
Harder.
limine, I want to make sure that you're the one that's taking that position.
I don't know what you're
Because they
talking
won't
about.
be presented at trial, we're going to exclude them all. Because obviously you're objecting under the attorney-client privilege. I love it. Just tell us. Keep going, Blair.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that I don't actually think Amber's looking at her.
No.
She's not looking at her, I don't think. But then again, I don't know how big this table is. I don't know if there's like attorneys on either side. There might be. I don't know. I don't know if it's just a small table with a bunch of attorneys on one side and a bunch of attorneys on the other, all scrunched up together.
Yeah, but he basically entire time he has said,
She has hit the nail on the head.
yeah.
Ah,
So either you make her confirm that, or just remove all that shit.
I reckon that it makes it so obvious as to why Amber hates Laura now. Because, I mean, Laura didn't have to say, I love it. She did, because it's like, you're being fucking stupid. We all know you're being stupid. So please continue down this road and we'll just exclude everything she's put in.
Yeah.
And it will all be our evidence and you can't do a fucking thing about it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep objecting under this attorney-client privilege bullshit that you keep spouting out. For every question,
Yeah.
keep going. I think she's... It seems to me that she's basically... So, if you've ever watched any wrestling, right, you'll know that there's a thing that they do which is a receipt. So if one wrestler, I don't know what it's called in other contexts, but this is kind of, what I've known from watching wrestling. But basically, if another wrestler fucks up, the one that they fucked up on will give them a receipt, which is normally like a slap, or basically a genuine hit in the face to be like, hey, watch what you're fucking doing because this shit can get dangerous. People can get killed.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a professional chewing out without actually going, you're a complete dumbass.
Mm.
And I wonder if Laura did that, but skirting that line ever so finely.
Oh yeah.
Like she was skiing along that line like, woo! I like this. I don't know if it's me feeling tired, but or maybe the sugar. I'm liking this. Laura's woken me up. Well done, Laura. What do you think?
Oh, I would just love it if continued. Like, no evidence at all. Nothing to come with. So that would be like...
Well, we got to hear his dumbass response now, because
yeah.
we put it on. Well, hang on. Like, no, you got professionally slapped down. There's no hang on here. You've been caught out on being an idiot. You're trying to stifle the entire process because you don't want basically he doesn't want them to get anything.
Yep.
Because then it will be Amber's side and there'll be nothing. Like they won't be able to do anything. And they just basically calling him out on being a pleb.
Yeah.
This is why I call him. It's not so. If you're from the UK or you know someone from the UK, the term pleb is not a nice term. It's an insulting term.
Yeah.
It's basically calling someone that's more than stupid, but not on the level of. I'm just gonna say it for context. It's not on the level of someone being retarded. Now that's not an appropriate term to use, but pleb was in between that.
No.
Like, it's not stupid enough to be idiotic, but it's like, it's in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't... This guy's an idiot. He's a pleb. Anyway, back to this.
Laura, you're being extremely argumentative, and you're completely out of line.
So sorry.
Documents were produced, and we have made that clear. If you can't handle being in the room, maybe you shouldn't be in the room.
It's my room, babe. Please keep going.
Ms.
Maybe
Heard,
you should control yourself in your own room.
Ms. Heard, did you produce documents today related to these proceedings?
I believe my counsel did.
Okay. Did you ever have anything to do with that? Those documents
What do you
that
mean?
were. Have you ever given any documents related to this case for production today?
Privileged, don't answer.
Ms. Heard, Ms. Heard, in terms of the documents produced today, can you tell us what you did to gather any documents produced? What your actions were?
You're asking me what my actions were to produce any document.
Any of the documents that were produced today, as
you mean-
Mr. Harder's mentioned, were already on the record, were produced. Could you tell us what conduct acts you undertook related to the documents that were produced today?
Sure. Which documents are you talking about?
The documents you produced for these proceedings today.
I don't know what my counsel brought today, so I can't tell you how they were procured.
Okay. I'm just interested in the ones that you procured.
Let's
My counsel brought them. I did not bring them.
Okay. Did you procure any of them?
I'm sure.
Did you?
I mean, I without seeing
Can
which
she,
ones we're talking
can
about.
she look at them?
Did you participate in procuring of any of the documents that were produced today, or do you
Depends
know?
on-
Stop, wait.
Yeah, and I need one
Slow
at a time.
way down. You're being argumentative and harassing. She would like to look at the documents. She's already said that. And you're not showing them to her. We're not taking a lunch break yet. Oh, at the lunch break we can show it to her?
They're your documents. She can see them whenever she wants.
She's asked for them. Why don't you give it to her? Why is there so much trickery
Mr.
going
Harder,
on?
you provided them. Do you not have a copy
They're
of
not.
the documents?
I don't have a copy, and the witness doesn't have a
I'm
copy.
just sitting here in front of you.
Ms. Heard,
This is the thing, though, is that this is what people like Amber do. They get attack dogs around them
Oh yeah.
to fight for them. So at the end of it, they can shift all the blame.
Yeah.
And the ones around them are normally more than happy to take the blame for basically people like Amber's bullshitty behaviour.
Yeah.
Because to them, in their mind, it's like, oh, this is going to give me brownie points.
Oh yeah.
This is going to put me in good favour with them. Because for some fucking reason, they seem to think that people like Amber are, you know, God's gift, when actually they are ugly inside and out.
Or you could say those people tend to draw us to each other.
Not really. Because it's kind of like, you know, an abuser with, you know, a victim. I mean, although this lawyer that's doing this weird argumentation crap
Yeah.
for no reason is basically Amber's victim, yet another one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Stefan's being a toddler.
No.
Defiant like a toddler then.
No.
What were you doing?
And nothing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You should be lucky that you're cute. That I love you.
I'm always cute.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But just know, when I have your kid, your cuteness will be outshined by their cuteness. So good luck with that. You won't be cute anymore. You'll just
You
be
have not seen
annoying.
my final form.
What, your child? Anyway.
Did you, prior to sitting where you just referred to, ever obtain or produce to another person any and all writings, documents, and or communications between you and Io Tillett Wright from December 1, 2015 to today when you're sitting here?
And again, the privilege objection is if you exchange documents with counsel, I consider that to be privileged.
Okay.
You're not answering, Ms. Heard?
I'm taking my counsel's advice and protecting privilege.
Ms. Heard, prior to sitting here at deposition today, did you at any time produce to another person or look for any and all writings, documents, and or communications between you and Jody Gottlieb from December 1, 2015 through the time you were sitting here for deposition?
And again, the privilege objection is the exchange of information between you and counsel is privileged, and I instruct you not to answer that particular question.
Okay.
Prior to sitting here today, Ms. Heard, did you ever make any attempt to produce any writings, documents, or communications between you and your parents from December 1, 2015 to today?
It's a compound question, but as to communications between you and counsel, that's privileged, including exchanging of information, that's privileged.
Did you ever look for any emails with you and your parents in this case?
Did I ever look for any emails?
Yes.
I don't recall. My parents don't really email too much, so I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know is your answer?
I don't know is my answer.
Okay. Did you, at any time prior to sitting here today, look for any text between you and your parents relating to this case?
Yes.
Okay. What did you do once you looked for those?
I don't know. I maybe screen grabbed them or saved them.
You maybe screen grabbed them or what?
I can't remember. I don't know.
Okay. Did you produce them here today?
I don't know what's in that stack of evidence we brought.
Did you give them to another person at any time after you looked?
Now, this is with Amber, right? That's not, you didn't bring a stack of evidence, you produced documents. In it's not your choice or your decision on what goes in on evidence.
Ah,
This is. I want to punch her in the tit. Like, I just. Oh,
that's gonna be impossible.
because she doesn't have any.
Yeah.
Well, I'll aim for the chesticle area and hope for the best. If not, it'll just slightly wind her. Maybe, if I punch her twice, she'll grow some boobs. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's just... I can't... I can't stand her talking. I just can't stand hearing her talk.
I'm not listening to her. I'm reading what she's saying, and that's annoying enough.
Yeah. Remember when we had to... So, just as a side note, we've got, I've showed it in the last one of the videos when we were watching the volume 1. We've got a 25-page document of basically everything that Amber said that happened throughout their entire relationship. So whether it's inconsistent with what she's said previously, i.e. the starting, so when they started dating in October 2011, Amber originally said that it was lovely, romantic. And then when they come back off the break, Amber confirms that she testified that the first year with Johnny was the best of times and magic. But there was always abuse, basically.
Yeah.
She changed when he first was physically abusive. She's basically changed a crap ton. She started saying early months of 2012, they were in their own bubble with beautiful blaring loud music, but Johnny would randomly disappear. Sorry if you can hear the bird.
It's my Armageddon gathering. It's nothing to worry about.
They sense we have bread.
Yeah.
But then when they come back off the break, she reviewed her therapist notes. She had always believed the violence was started in later 2013, not early 2012. She reviewed her therapy notes, calendars, journals, diaries, text messages to come that she basically for her to realize that she was abused earlier. And then apparently, at the beginning of 2012, it was really violent and chaotic. But she forgot.
Yeah.
She just forgot. Whooped, flipped, lost her mind. He's gone. All of that. If it doesn't, when she's changed her statement or they've gone back over it or anything that was added or changed in cross or redirect and even rebuttal, it's all in there. So I had started on it and I'd watched basically the first day of Amber testifying and then the second day, and I got that stress. I broke out in hives.
Yeah.
And then you did half a day and you were like, I'm done.
Yeah.
So then we switched over to the transcripts and it was like, this is so much more relaxing now to listen to fucking Elaine fumble on questions. Ooh. Sorry, back to this.
Looked at them and identified them.
And again, you're aware of
For
the
the
privilege.
council.
Is your answer for the council?
I'm going to take my counsel's advice, and for privilege, say I can't answer that.
Did you ever at any time prior to when you're sitting here today look for any communications or writings between you and Josh Drew?
I don't recall.
Okay. Did you, prior today, look for or produce any photographs or images of you taken by you?
Did I ever look for photographs of myself taken by myself ever? Have I ever looked at?
Pertaining to the allegations you made in this case.
Are you asking me if I've ever looked for pictures of myself,
Yes.
but specifically taken by myself?
To start with, yes.
I don't know. I don't remember if I've ever taken pictures of myself. Oh yes, yes. The answer is yes.
Okay. What did you do with those that you
Depends on the
looked for and
picture.
identified?
There's more than one. I said I would have to know which picture it was to know what I did with it.
Okay. With any of those you identified as pictures relating to any claims you're making in this case, did you ever give any of them to another person?
And again, with regard to counsel, it's communication with counsel. So you need to not answer questions about communication with counsel.
I cannot answer that question because of what he just said.
At any time prior to sitting here today, did you ever make any attempt to look for photographs or images taken of you by any other person from the date of the alleged May 21, 2016 incident alleged in your declaration of May 26, 2016 through May 28, 2016?
Vague and ambiguous.
I was confused by that question because you're asking, what exactly are you asking me?
Whether you ever looked for pictures relating to this case?
To the entire case for the entirety, because you seem to be very specific about a certain couple.
Well, that was specifically about May 21.
So
did
you're
you look for May
asking-
21 pictures?
What did you say about the 26th and through 28th? Just so I'm clear.
Well, you filed a declaration where you swore things in your declaration and made allegations,
Yes.
right? I'm asking you, did you look for any pictures related to the things you swore in your declaration?
Specifically from the May 21st.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us what you did with the pictures you looked for, if anything?
Don't talk about communications with counsel.
Okay. Then I cannot tell you because it involves counsel.
Did you produce any of the pictures related to your claims regarding May 21 for these proceedings to any other person?
Are you going to let her look at the document production?
I would just want to know what it is referring to when you say documents. I just want to make sure that they're all mine before I take responsibility for them.
Of course. But what I'm asking you is...
Wait,
did you produce-
wait, hang on a fucking minute. You said, it was said before when they handed over 2 inches of fucking paperwork that was to do with the production of documents for this whole thing. So why would you need to look over them to make sure they're all of yours if they're all in relation to the production of documents? They should be all yours. Why would there be anything that's not yours?
Yeah.
What? Do you get what I mean? That's weird.
Sus. Vote her out. He's sus.
But it is weird though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Unless she wanna reread it so she can make up.
Yeah, that's what she needs to reread it because she knows that basically Johnny's lawyers aren't gonna fuck around with this.
Yeah, she needs.
So if she's put shit in that has absolutely nothing to do with it, she's worried that she's put crap in that has nothing to do with it and shows her in a bad light.
Yeah.
That's what she's worried about.
Yeah.
Because let's see it this way, right? In the 2022 case, the defamation case, there were so many audio clips that come in from Amber's side that made Amber look just as bad as Johnny, if not worse.
Yeah.
And they couldn't see they couldn't see how bad it made Amber look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Johnny just happened to be showing in it. Well, maybe if she wasn't cackling at him like a witch and then screaming at him, calling him a loser and shit,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that would have been a home run for Amber, but it's not. But they don't. She doesn't listen to her own words. She only hears what someone else is saying to her, like on review on audio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or does that sound weird?
No. It does not.
I'm going to again ask that you please put the document production in front of the witness so she can review what was produced today.
Do you not have a copy of the documents that were produced?
I've already told you I don't personally have them and the witness doesn't have them.
Okay.
And I
Do
see
any
two
of the
stacks.
other attorneys
And Laura,
have them?
yeah, you do, and you have two stacks in
Yes.
front of you. You can hand one to me and keep one.
I've made notes on both of those stacks. I'm so sorry. I assumed that your 7-person
Okay, well.
team would have a set.
Then she can't answer what was produced today
Okay.
because you're not going to show it to her.
I'm happy to give another copy to you guys at the lunch break.
Or I can get one from my co-counsel
Well, why
who's not
don't you
here.
do that?
Then let's save those questions for after the lunch break, Laura.
He's trying so hard. Ooh. He's trying so hard to get those brownie points.
He should have kept going so he could just exclude all the shit. That would be funny.
What fascinates me is, like, how do you not have a list of what you handed over?
Yeah.
You're sat there right next to her. You're the one that's been doing all the objections, well, large majority up until this point. Why do you not have a list on what was handed over? This guy specifically, why does he not have that list? Because surely, if they're gonna be asking questions, it sounds like malicious incompetence to me.
Yeah.
Like they did it on purpose. And
or extremely incompetent.
No, I think it's malicious incompetence. Because if by how it sounds that they're being extremely, it's like they're being extremely competitive with each other.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, stop measuring your dicks. No one cares how big they are. Like, stop it. This is not a circle jerk. But I don't think they would have done it on purpose.
No.
It seems like they've very much done it because so someone put in the comments that basically Amber was meant to do this deposition on the 12th. And she was in the building. She was just having a fucking tantrum because she didn't want to answer questions.
Yeah.
So it sounds like to me that counsel have done this on purpose.
Yeah.
To give Amber more time. That's what it seems like to me. But then again, I'm just an observer.
Ms. Heard, did you ever make any attempt prior to sitting here today to look for photographs of other images of you which have been posted, uploaded, or otherwise added to any social website or blog or Facebook or Instagram or other social media outlet which have been posted since the date of the alleged May 21 incident alleged in your declaration for the proceedings today?
Compound, vague, and ambiguous.
What was the question exactly?
Have you ever looked for images which were later images you saw online in this case?
Have I ever looked for images that I have since seen online?
Relating to the allegations you've made in this case?
Vague and ambiguous as to what images you're talking about. Assumes facts, not in evidence.
Ms. Heard, are you aware that a video was posted online last night?
I am aware of that.
Have you ever seen that video before?
I have seen that video.
Did you, in fact, take that video yourself?
I did.
Okay. When did you take that video?
I don't remember the exact date.
Okay. Was that the same video that was posted online last night?
Objection is to the term posted online last night.
Did you see that the video you took was publicized around the world last night?
If you're asking me if I'm aware that that video was posted online, yes,
Okay. And you took that video, correct?
I did.
And you took it on your cell phone, correct?
No,
What did you take it on?
iPad.
On your iPad? Okay. And you used the iPad function to record Mr. Depp, correct?
I don't know what you mean iPad function.
The recording function.
Yes,
Oh.
as opposed to. Are you asking me if I use like a certain app, or? Are
No,
you
I'm
asking-
just asking if you recorded him.
But I already said I did.
Okay. And you intended to record him, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And last night, that video you recorded was posted on press outlets around the world, correct?
Objection.
I don't know where it was posted.
Okay. After you recorded that video of Mr. Depp, did it remain on your phone?
Wait.
iPad? Excuse me, I misspoke.
It's not isolated to my iPad, but yes,
Did you send it out to other people?
it involves.
Don't answer as to counsel.
Did you send it out to any other person, not your counsel?
No,
Hang on, didn't she say that she sent it to Rocky?
Yeah, she did.
Let's have a look.
And yours also, I think.
Okay, so Jesus Christ, our neighbours are loud. So this is, I think, rebuttal, I think. So she says, August 12th, so the day before this, in regards to that recording, that she admits to recording Johnny beating up some cabinets and acknowledges that it was released the day before her divorce deposition. She denies that she had anything to do with releasing the video. She learned of the video's release when she touched down at the airport. Amber... hang on. Sorry. The guy downstairs seemingly was turning up his TV because he's a pleb. It's my favourite word at the moment, if you can't tell. I'm like Oprah. You're a pleb. You're a pleb. Sorry. So Amber denies knowing that TMZ released the videos 15 minutes after receiving it. That they own the copyright to the video, and that it can only be released that quickly if it's directly from the source, and that she removed the end of the video. That's not what we're looking for. I feel like maybe she must not have done then.
Yeah, but that was the video. She sent files to Rocky, if I remember.
What do you mean? Sorry.
I think she sent like photo files and stuff between Rocky and Josh.
No, she sent the cocaine, the picture, well, the fake cocaine table thing.
Yeah, with her ID card, if I remember.
Her driver's license,
yeah.
which she then corrected as being a credit card.
Yeah.
And a tampon applicator, which was actually what Whitney taught Amber to do. So, so that says that she knew he wouldn't remember the incident and was afraid of him. So one could say that she sent it to him.
Yeah.
But she doesn't actually say that she sent it to him. I don't have anything on here where she said that she sent it to anyone else. But I must be getting it confused with other stuff that she sent to other people. That must be it.
Yeah.
I'm gaslighting myself. Me.
So you only had it on your iPhone, and you sent it. If you sent it anywhere, you sent it to your counsel. iPad. You recorded it on your iPad, and
Was not isolated to my iPad.
okay, and you sent it to only your counsel, correct?
Don't answer as to communications with counsel.
Okay.
She's asked, and you've asked that, and she's answered.
I just want to be very clear, Miss.
You're asking me if I leaked
Heard.
that video, and I did not.
No, that's not what she's
I have not
asking.
asked you.
I move to strike. Listen carefully to the question. I'm allowed to.
Okay.
He's trying. He just tried to strike her own answer. You can see this is where her head is because she knows she did.
Yeah.
And she's just, because she knows that she did, she's trying to see what angle Blair is getting at to get her to admit that she did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because bearing in mind, if she says no, and I reckon her counsel knows that she did as well, because she would have most likely have told them in some sort of weird, gleeful moment, because she's that weird and that sadistic, she would have told them. So basically, they're trying to get her to not basically, they're trying to get her to not perjury herself. Perjurize. Perjury?
Perjury.
To commit perjury on herself. They're trying to get her to not do that. That's why they're doing it that way.
You're moving to strike your client's own answer?
It wasn't an answer to a question.
Ms. Heard, after you took that iPad video of Mr. Depp, did you ever forward that video to any other person?
Wait, objection is to what any other person means. Are you saying, did you forward it to anyone that is not an attorney?
Well, let's start there. Tell me the names of any other person other than an attorney you ever forwarded the video you took to which you were referring of Mr. Depp after you recorded him.
I can't remember. It was a long time ago. And since this has all gone down, there have been many people involved.
A
in,
very long time
my
ago
case,
indeed.
And many people seeking to whom I sought advice and help and support legally and otherwise.
Okay. So let's start with the first person.
So, Ambrose said that she sought support. There's a number of people that she claimed that she sought support from. Rocky Pennington, Josh Drew, Elizabeth Mars, her makeup artist, her mother, her father, her sister, James Franco. Oh, who else? Who else did she? Her therapist. All 20 gajillion of them.
Yeah.
She sought support from all of them. So, is she saying that she sent the video to all of them?
That's a lot of people.
I'm a bit curious as she can remember who she sent what to for stuff that happened in 2013, but conveniently can't remember anything when she sent who she sent the video to from 3 months prior. 2 to 3 months prior. That's incredible memory.
Oh, yeah.
She should get tested because maybe she has short-term memory issues. Her long-term seems top notch.
Oh yeah.
Short term, not so good. Not so good. Also, she's biting on her lip as well. She has been.
Yeah.
Also, it kind of looks like she's put her hand between her leg.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of why someone would, because she's had her hands on the desk for the majority of the time. So that tells me that she's extremely anxious about this line of questioning.
Oh yeah.
Because she knows she sent it. I mean, we know that she sent it.
Oh yeah.
Not through any physical proof, but I mean, if it quacks like a duck, looks like a duck, it's not a fucking mongoose.
If there are many, let's start with the first person you remember sending that video to.
I believe that misstates her prior testimony.
No.
I'm telling you, it was taken a long time ago. And since I have been, since this has all gone down, it's been quite a long time, and there have been a lot of people involved, a lot of people both legally and otherwise that I have sought advice and help for, legal and otherwise.
So I'm gonna just admit, if you haven't gathered it already, one of Amber's lying tales is that she does very hard edge movements. So I'm gonna put it on mute so we can actually just not listen to her drool. So she looks to other people for confirmation for stuff.
Yeah.
So that quick movement there, when she turns her head to over here and then turns back, and she does it multiple times as well, where she's a lot more animated than she is when she's answering a question, and she's got more of a rehearsed answer, or she's telling the truth. This is where she hasn't rehearsed her answer.
Yeah.
And she's nervous about it because she wants them to believe her, but she also does not want any further questions on it. So she's trying to answer it in a way of just not. She's mentioned both times now help that she basically sought help legally, meaning she's trying to get her Mr. Plebiscite over here to object for client attorney privilege.
Yeah.
That's what she's trying to get. She's trying to let him know, like, without saying, hey, stop them asking these questions. I don't like it. It's making me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing. It's an alert for her. Well, for him to, notice what she's saying. But, yeah.
Otherwise. And it wasn't isolated just to my iPad. I also sync my devices. And I have many people have access to my devices, and I don't know who I sent it to.
Who has access to your devices?
Many people.
Ms. Hurt. Of those many people, could you name them?
I couldn't name them all, no.
Could you name any of them?
So now this is what she's doing. She's lying more and more to cover herself. It's just not working. Do you want to know who has access to my phone at any point? Me, Stefan.
Yep.
That's it. Like, what? How can she not know who has access to her phone?
Yep.
Sounds like bullshit to me. She would know exactly who has access to her phone, because I'm pretty sure, as it's her account, it's her phone, she would have basically a list on who she can give access to via the cloud. So she's talking out of her ass. We know she is. She's just
I could probably name some.
Please do.
My sister has access to my iPad.
And that's Whitney Hurd?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Did you allow your sister to take the video you made of Mr. Depp at any time after you made it?
No.
Vague and
Did you allow any other person did you forward to any other person a copy of the video you took of Mr. Depp?
It's the same question you asked
Anything that relates to counsel, you can't answer, but other than counsel.
Was there any other person you forwarded the video
I
to?
can't remember.
That wasn't counsel?
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
There's a lot of evidence. I've had a lot of evidence. So I can't remember to whom. I can't remember.
Okay, that's your testimony. I only want the truth.
Good.
Before you sat here today, did you ever, at any time in anticipation of these proceedings, look for any cell phone used by you and or registered in your name, including all numbers used by you under any family plan or similar service, and make any attempt to get your telephone statements or a printout of your telephone records containing the details of your text and phone messages?
Compound, vague and ambiguous.
That was a very long question. Can you please tell me what you're asking me?
Yes. Did you not understand?
I did not understand that. That's why I said, can you please?
Oh, okay. So did you make any attempt?
She does this thing. She does it constantly. It's like, I just. I get the question was long, but it's pretty much, what did you do to get the phone records for your text messages and phone calls?
Yeah.
That's all it was. If you did nothing, just say, I have no involvement in that.
Yeah.
If you just, she, to be honest, it seems like to me that her attorneys probably have done that, or actually no, it seems like to me that her attorneys have not done that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, Mr. Plebby Purbeson over here would have interjected saying, objection! Anything you've learned from attorney... But he didn't, so that tells me that they have not done anything about it.
Yeah.
At all prior to today to get your phone records for these proceedings?
I don't know. I don't recall. You mean like through the telephone company? Like through the
By
provider?
any means, Ms. Heard, online, by the telephone company, your own records,
What do you mean by phone records?
records that reflect.
No, it
the
just magically
details of-
appeared there. Yeah, okay. Fine.
Yeah. It's not as if she'd get a bill. Oh no, wait. It's Amber. Of course she wouldn't. It'd be sent to Elon to pay.
Oh, yeah.
God. She's a fucking parasite, this woman.
Text and phone calls that you've made and received.
So are you asking me if I have gone through my own text messages?
No.
No, I'm not asking you that. I'm asking if you ever made any attempt to get bills that reflect. Have you ever seen a telephone bill?
I have seen a physical telephone bill in my life.
Okay. And on telephone bills, you've seen where they list calls made and calls received, and the time and date of those calls?
Yeah.
Did you ever make any attempt to obtain those kind of billings for this case?
I don't remember. I don't know. I can't remember doing that.
No, of course she hasn't. Because if she did, it would show that she would be the one that would call Johnny non-stop.
Yeah.
She was the obsessed one. She was the jealous one. She was the insecure one. That's what it would show.
Yeah.
Of course she hasn't. Don't be so silly. Blair. Such silly questions. Amber paint herself as the villain? Ooh! Calling me surprised. Never would happen.
Pikachu shock your face.
Yeah.
Is your answer you can't remember doing that?
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't know.
Okay. At any time prior to sitting here today, did you ever review your computers, cell phones, or any digital device to look for any and all emails or text messages that you would have relating to any of the claims in your case?
Sorry.
Just so I'm clear, are you asking me if I looked from emails?
Well, let's start with emails. Pertaining to this case.
Have I ever looked through my own emails pertaining to this case?
Yes.
For emails
Yes.
pertaining? Perhaps, yes.
Okay. And did you ever gather those at any time and give them to another person?
Don't answer as to counsel.
I don't remember.
It's compound. Did you gather them as the first, and then
Okay.
did you give them as the second?
Did you gather them up?
No.
No,
Not that
you
I
never
remember.
did.
Not that I remember.
Okay. What was the
Wait, so she's expecting people to believe that she's just, oh, I found another one. I found another one. I found another one.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Amber, so it wouldn't surprise me if she did that.
Yeah.
Like, found another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. Like, just do a search.
Yeah.
So downstairs.
Yep.
Fuck me. Ugh.
anything else on the list?
No.
Okay. Okay. So back to your contacting Mr. Depp. At some point, did you believe a restraining order had been obtained? Did you seek a restraining order in this case?
Yes, I did.
Did you ask for the court to issue a restraining order?
I did.
And when did you do that?
I believe it was on the 27th.
And that's a restraining order against Mr. Depp?
What?
The one you wanted to get?
Yes.
Yes. And why did you do that?
Because I lived in a house. Because I lived in a house he owned, had keys to, his security had keys to, and despite my repeated requests that they protect me when Johnny was using and in these episodes or in these states, despite the repeated requests I made from them to help me protect my property, especially, and me, and despite their repeated warnings that we were going to kill each other, as they like to put it, that they were not very helpful when it came to protecting me. As I have in our evidence, them on audio saying that I didn't matter. JD was important here. And because of that lack of security, and because I lived in his home, and because his behavior had become increasingly erratic and unpredictable and scary, I had no other way than to protect myself and feel more protected and feel like I had autonomy over my space, where he couldn't just come in the middle of the night on one of his benders.
It's not your space, it's his penthouse.
Oh yeah.
Like, what? Oh, it's out. I don't know if that's just me being a bit weird. Because I do get weird about, like, my stuff. Like, I don't like it if someone's just going through my bag. Even if it's you. Like, remember, there's been a few times where I've asked you to pass me something from my bag. And you'll come over, handed the bag. I'm like, give me the bag.
Yeah.
Get your hand out of my bag. Thank you. Like, immediate child mode engaged. But, like, if it's like food or something, not just food, but, like, if it's something that's mine, like, if you ask, oh, can I use this? More than happy to. Oh, can I have this? Unless I'm using it or I'm about to use it or I'm saving it for something. 9 times out of 10, yeah, sure, go for it. Just bring it back once you're done. But if you don't ask, that's when I'm like, no, you're not using it. So, like, that's how I am with possession. So, like, this apartment, it's not my apartment, it's not our apartment, it's your apartment.
Yeah.
And I do have to correct myself a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because it depends on the mood that I'm in. Sometimes,
yeah.
sometimes I'll say our, and I'll go, sorry, your apartment. And sometimes I say your, and then I'm like, sorry, our apartment. Like, it depends on the context of the conversation.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think I ever said my apartment. Ever, have I?
You have.
When?
It was one time. I don't remember in what context, but it was one time.
Are you sure it wasn't about my apartment before I come here?
No, it was this apartment.
Oh, I know when. It was when your friend shouted at me in this apartment.
Yeah.
And I said to you, I won't have someone speak to me like that, in that way, in my own fucking apartment.
Yeah.
That's when it was.
Yeah.
But that's because it's like, well, I live here.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of what I mean with it. But yeah, I did say it then. You're quite right.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yes,
But I think that
that's
was
the only time. That's the only time.
Yeah, because it's not to excuse, that I was wrong, that I've never referenced it in that way, because clearly I have. But for me, it was the way of emphasizing, like, this is where I live. And I think I also said that afterwards, didn't I?
Oh, yeah.
In my own apartment where I fucking live.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it wasn't just that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was in reference to that.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
like, I don't know, right? So, when I broke up with my ex, granted, my name was on the lease, right?
Mm.
It was my name on there. I didn't want anything to do... I don't want to live in the same place as he was. I didn't want to stay there if he left. I left because I didn't want to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
So, in my mind, it's just like, that's not your apartment. You have no fucking ownership over any of it. Go back to Orange. Find another place to stay. I mean, you've got plenty of men that will happily take you in. Go to James Franco's. He's literally next door. Like, what the fuck? It's just mind-boggling to me. So it's not your apartment. It's not your penthouse. It's not your apartment. It's not your place. It's not acceptable for you to change the locks. I think that's where I'm getting a bit like, because that's actually one of my biggest worries.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, say for instance, if we were in that situation, but it was the opposite way, so I owned this apartment like it was mine, and I come back and you had changed the locks up, like, the fuck is this?
What the fuck going on?
Lion the witch and the audacity of this bitch. Get the fuck out.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, back to this.
And try to get in the house, or decide he wanted to have another talk about one of his delusions, or to fight it out, or whatever.
And were you successful in your efforts to obtain a restraining order?
I was.
Okay. When did you obtain that restraining order, if you know?
Are you asking me the date again?
Yeah.
Calls for legal conclusion.
When were you aware first that you had obtained a restraining order?
When I was told it was successful,ly obtained by my lawyers.
Was that May 27th?
I'm just going to instruct you, you can't talk about communications with your lawyers. So
Okay.
I'm going to do a claw back because I think it was inadvertent.
Okay.
Ms. Heard, did you go to court on May 27th, 2016?
I believe that was the date.
Did you understand you were going to court to get a restraining order?
Yeah.
Did you leave court believing you'd gotten a restraining order?
Yeah.
Okay. So it would be truthful to say that on May 27th, you believed you had obtained this restraining order against Johnny Depp, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand, and let's strike that. Did you feel once you had obtained that restraining order that it would prohibit any contact between you and Johnny Depp?
I'm going to object because your understanding, if they came from counsel, you can't answer. If you have an independent knowledge, then that would be different.
No, she would have been told from the judge.
Oh, yeah.
I don't... He's being a good lawyer for her, but it's so frustrating because I just let her answer the fucking question. She's not 5. She can answer the question occasionally.
A question about 5. I mean, physical, yeah. Mentally, yeah.
She's permanently a toddler having a tantrum.
Oh yeah.
My independent knowledge would be that of what I assumed a restraining order was, which was that he had to stay away from me and couldn't just come home in the middle of the night and decide he wanted to fight about something.
And he couldn't.
Or I could call the cops and they would come fast and they would know it was serious.
Okay.
Oh, look, I'm gonna end it there because I'm praying that YouTube picks this one. It looks like I've done something. No. She produced that face herself.
Oh yeah.
Notice though how she is. I don't know if this is true or not, but it's just the fact that she never. I mean, it's kind of in character for Amber.
Mm-hmm.
At the fact that she thinks that he can't speak to her, but she can speak to him.
Yeah.
No, if you get a restraining order, neither of you can speak to each other. Because why? If you're seeking out a restraining order, why would you why would you sort out the person that you're trying to restrain from talking to you?
Also the fact that she was so desperately trying to get up to meet with him in San Francisco or so on.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
there's recording of that. In fact, if you go to I think it's deppvsheard.net. Let me just deppdive.net. It's got the full audio.
Mm.
And it's like 5+ hours.
Mm.
So like there's multiple. And it's got the transcripts as well, which is where we got it from. So it's very good.
Mm.
Yeah, this is, Rocky Brooks. Who the fuck is that? I thought it was Rocky Pennington. Who's that? Oh, okay. This is Johnny stuff. Amber Heard leaving court. Ooh, 911 call. That'd be interesting.
Mm.
And there's a lot more stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
You kind of have to finagle it. Hang on. That's how I like this entire list, but I've always found it really difficult to get to this fucking list. Hence why I go here. So yeah, see, there's infinitely more stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, nearly 2 hours. Like, there's so much stuff on here. Oh yeah, this is the phone call where she said about him being abusive. Oh yeah, and then you've got this one as well. San Francisco.
Mm.
Yeah. But I want all of it. Where is all of it? There should be all of it.
It's all right, Amber. It's all right. I'm sorry.
Starts off with "It's all right, Amber," but yeah, you can. There's so much. There's so much.
Oh yeah.
And also this one. Remember, she's the one that got the restraining order. Oh. Where she looked like she was throwing trash on the floor. Good grief. This is interesting. Anyway, if you want, I can put that in the description.
Yeah.
Just let me know if you haven't got it already. Yeah. So that's gonna be us for today.
Yeah.
You being cute.
I'm always cute.
Open up, let me in. Sorry. Oh.
Oh. Alarm.
Yeah. Seriously. Thank you. Sorry. Stop playing with your phone. Thank you. Right. We're gonna go now. Because, well, someone's done.
Maybe.
I'm a little bit done. But someone's like a turkey. It's okay. Yeah, we're gonna go now. So let us know of your thoughts down below, if you have any, or if you want to share. You don't have to. Yeah. Stay hydrated. Wear sunscreen.
Do not feed the seagulls. And do not trust them either.
Okay. I will seek to never feed them and never trust them.
Yes.
Just put a beak on Amber. She's pretty much just fucking seagull.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, bye guys.
Bye bye.